Good morning, everybody. This is Austin over at Stoke Chevy in beautiful Moncks Corner, and today I have one of our hottest new SUVs. I wanted to make sure I got this video to you before it sold because it is brand new and it's super hot. This is the 2025 Chevy Suburban, all newly redesigned, new technology on the inside, and new trim levels for you, and a new pricing structure. This particular one has an MSRP of $70,800. It's an LT. Obviously, Suburban gives you the longer wheelbase than the Tahoe, as well as the 5.3 under hood. This particular one has a lot of standard equipment. I think you guys are going to love the changes that they made for 2025, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments. And if you're interested in a new Suburban, you want to order one, you want us to locate one, you want to drive one, come see us at Stoke Chevy in beautiful Moncks Corner. We've got an awesome team that would be willing to help out, take you on a test drive, show you all the new features, and then, of course, compare different vehicles so that way your shopping experience can be as great as possible. With that said, let's get right into the video for you guys. All right, guys, so we'll start out here on the outside of the brand new 2025 Suburban, and you can see the updates mainly have to do with the front grille, the front headlight setups on the outside. You now have a separated headlight. Before you had a single module. Now you've got your LED projector down here, along with a really cool C-clamp LED daytime running light, as long as another accent light up here at the top. And the hazards and blinkers on this thing look absolutely amazing because those lights switch to amber. You've also got some LED fog lights down below, along with some parking sensors, and you'll also notice the new camera design up front, kind of making it more obvious where the camera is if you ever need to clean it or anything. Coming around the side, these wheels are optional. These are a 20-inch wheel. You got some nice tires on here, especially for being a street rig. This one is a Continental. And the Suburban is the longest running nameplate in American history for a vehicle. It's got a lot of heritage going all the way back to the 1930s, with the first kind of big vehicle ever being called a Suburban carryall, actually. And it was actually ran as a GMC and a Chevy lineup. This one for 2025 is in its, I think, 13th generation. It is a long-running nameplate with a bunch of different vehicles, and realistically, you can go back even further and find even more vehicles with the Suburban name. The power liftgate is standard here on this LT. You do have power folding third row and second row. However, the third row will come back up for you. The second row will not. One of the big things with the Suburban, it is 17 inches longer than the Tahoe, and that makes a huge difference. So this is with the third row up. So if you are needing a vehicle where you can carry 7 or 8 people and all of their stuff, and everybody wants to be comfortable, this is the perfect vehicle for that. If you happen to also be towing, these things can tow up to 8,000 pounds. And there's even an off-road specific trim level called the Z71 that people have been absolutely loving. We've got a video here on the channel. Feel free to check out the Z71 Tahoe. We have not gotten a Suburban yet, however, I'm excited to see it. This power liftgate is adjustable on the height, by the way, so if you're a little bit shorter, you can bring this liftgate down, hold the button, and set the program height. It also has a new feature as of 2024, but is now here on the 2025, where it is called Easy Entry Liftgate. So with the key in your pocket, you stand behind it, the lights will blink, there will also be an audible beep. On the fourth beep, it'll open up. So if you have your hands full of stuff and just stand here with the key in your pocket, it'll open right up for you. One of the things I love that they've kept on the 2025 Suburban, and one of the big updates, is actually at this rear gate. So you notice the taillights are now blacked out kind of to match this window surround. They've also got this black bar going across. On a black one, it kind of blends in, so you don't even notice it, but on all the other colors, you notice right away. This is your telltale from behind, whether it's a 25 or a 24, if it has the black bar and the LED taillights. The other thing I love on this rear gate, something Suburban's had for a long time, the rear glass opens up separately right there, so if you have it packed full of stuff and you want to throw something in or pull something out real quick, you can. And they've also tucked your wiper right up underneath, making it nice and secure in the car wash or any other off-road scenarios where you're not going to rip off the rear wiper. You do have capless fuel fill on this one with the 5.3. It's been out for a long time. You can put regular 87 fuel in it, 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque, going through a 10-speed automatic. Passive entry on all 4 doors on this one. Blind spot monitoring is now standard, along with this 360-degree camera also being standard. So a lot of new standard equipment for 2025, making this a lot more value-packed machine, even for $70,000. Before we get too far on the inside, I want to go over the window sticker real quick with you guys. You can see all your standard equipment in this row here. Again, 2025 Suburban 2-wheel drive LT, Starling gray metallic on the exterior, 5.3 and a 10-speed. And here's your optional equipment. This has a $2,215 package, which is the comfort package, which I definitely recommend, as well as the 20-inch wheel upgrade, and then these rear bucket seats. This is just a matter of preference, whether you prefer the opening or you prefer the bench. But if you prefer the opening, it is $370. Total MSRP is $70,880. 20,000 on the 20 MPG on the highway, 15 in the city, 17 combined. Not yet rated, and it was built in Arlington, Texas, along with the engine and transmission being from the United States. With that out of the way, let's jump right into how you get into the third row. So you can obviously walk right through the middle, which is the easiest path, especially for smaller people. However, if you need something more convenient, you can flip and pull this lever, and your whole seat will flip up out of the way, making it a whole lot more convenient to get into the third row. Once you're actually in the third row, you do have USBs, you also have cup holders, as well as air vents in the ceiling, and that nice big window to your right, making it feel a lot more open. These seats, they do have the ability to recline a little bit, but they also give you an easy entry or easy exit option right here, where you can push this button, it'll fold that seat for you. But a very, very comfortable third row. 3 seat belts along the back, top tether on all 3, so you can put car seats back here, as well as top tether on the second row, as well as latch points for the smaller car seats. So you can really fit a lot of people, a lot of stuff in here. Moving to the second row, you do have rear automatic climate back here, so you can adjust this back area separate from the rest. And now that I'm actually folding the seat up, I can use this time to show you the sliding feature. So with the seat all the way forward, you can see you've got an absolute massive amount of legroom in the third row. However, you lose a little bit in the second row. You can pull this lever right here, slide the whole seat back, and now you've just regained about 6 inches of legroom in the second row. These rear outboard seats are heated. Right here, 3 levels of heat. Very, very convenient to have. There is 2 USB-Cs as well as a 400-watt house outlet. And then this is the big update for 2025. So this is the standard infotainment setup. So you've got a 17.7-inch center display with Google built in, as well as a fully configurable gauge cluster and a new shifter for 2025. Making it match the rest of the Chevy lineup. So recently with the EVs, the Blazer EV, the Equinox EV, the Silverado EV, we've got this new dash setup. Well, on every other Chevy, they are implementing it. So the Trax, the Trailblazer, the Equinox are all getting a very, very similar design, similar technology set up on the inside, and now it's here on the Suburban. And it is a huge welcome update for both the Tahoe and Suburban because they look absolutely phenomenal and you get a whole lot more standard equipment. You do have memory seats here on this LT, as well as, of course, power folding mirrors, full automatic windows on the front 2 windows, and, of course, power locks with that passive entry that I mentioned before, so you don't have to pull a key out of your pocket. Just push that. It'll lock or unlock, whatever the opposite is. And you do have a full power driver's seat with power lumbar. You do, of course, have lane keeping assist on this one, parking sensors, auto start stop, pull up your 360-degree camera and your sensors, as well as your electronic parking brake. You do have some drive modes on this one. Let's hop in and check those out. So when we turn your mode wheel over here, you can see on the center display, it goes from normal, sport, tow haul. And if you're curious on any of these, you can actually hit your little info button. It'll tell you exactly how that driving mode works. They've put this into the settings so you don't have to have an owner's manual. You can kind of just play with this system and figure out real quickly what you're trying to do. This particular one, you do have heated seats. You can adjust the back or just the butt, but you also have the option for cooled seats on the higher trim levels, something they've opened up a little bit more. You can also have a low range right here on your steering wheel, as well as paddle shifters, so you can row the gears yourself if you'd like. But one of my favorite features is the Hey Google. Set the climate to 74 degrees.
Okay, changing the auto climate control to 74 degrees.
And you heard the fan speed turn down, and of course the temperature is changing automatically. And the Google, you can use that with your vehicle features, but you can also use it with your Google accessories that you have. So for example, if you use Google Maps, you can use that built into the vehicle. It's now for 2025 good for 8 years. So the easiest way to describe how this screen works is it's an Android tablet inside your car. And to use these features, you need some sort of data connection. Well, in the past, they gave you a 3-month trial, which was great for 3 months. However, when you got to the end of that trial, you didn't have data and the screen didn't work. Well, now they're giving you 8 years of that data plan, and it's transferable. So if you end up selling this to a family member or something, you can give them the remaining time frame. On top of that, you now get 8 years of the My Chevrolet app, where you can remote start, lock, and unlock your car, as well as 8 years of the OnStar Basics. So OnStar will be active in this vehicle if you get in an accident or if it gets stolen or something for 8 years. All really big upgrades for 2025, all very exciting. When you talk about this, it does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. However, the Google is really, really good. It especially showed itself on the EVs when you're talking about EV navigation. You tell the car where you want to go, it'll tell you where to charge. Very similar with this system. You can add stops just by telling Google what you want to do. There is a wireless phone charger right here, 2 USBs, a C and an A, 2 big cup holders right here. Here's your nice key fob. It is on the updated Chevy key fob now. And of course you do have remote start, as well as opening both sections of the hatch with that. Opening up the center console, there is an option for a sliding center console. However, this is the bigger option. If you get the sliding one, you lose about half the depth, and then there's a little hidden storage when this slides back. Me personally, I like the extra room of this fixed one and not having more stuff. However, when you go to the higher trim levels, it ends up being standard. So depending on which one you like better, you can pick which trim works best for you. We do have LED lights in here, as well as the ability to fold the third row seats from the front. That can be very convenient if you're going to the store to pick up something large, and you would just want to open up the hatch, which you can do from that middle button, but you can fold the third row up and down. We'll go underneath the hood of this vehicle next and show you the 5.3 liter. If you haven't seen this, I don't know what rock you've been under. However, they've been building a variation of this motor since the early 2000s. The newest generation, Ecotec 3, came out in 2014. Makes 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. Comes with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain. Again, a very, very nice SUV. If you need something to haul 7 people and all their stuff, especially in a place like Moncks Corner where you want to get the best fuel economy out of it with this 2-wheel drive, and you don't want to break the bank on the price, for 70 grand, there is, of course, military offers, first responder offers, teacher offers. They give you even more off the vehicle. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments. I'll try to respond to as many as possible. If you want to come out and see this particular one, feel free to ask for me, Austin the Car Guy. I'd be happy to help you out, or anybody else on our team. Everybody here at Stoke Chevy is really friendly and happy to help out whenever they can. But thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you checking out the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe on these videos if you're enjoying the content so I can get more out to you. And if you have any critiques you'd like to see or more things you'd like me to show off on the vehicle, feel free to let me know that. I'd be happy to do so. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and I hope you've enjoyed this video.